Welcome to The Explainer. Today, I'm going to be stepping into the role of your senior consultant, and we're going to calibrate your AI judgment skills. We'll be talking all about how to properly manage the risks and, of course, the incredible rewards of deploying artificial intelligence in professional research environments. Together, we're going to learn exactly how to transform a generic, out-of-the-box AI into a highly specialized, persistent research assistant that is meticulously tailored for your exact workflows. So let's dive right into this with a pretty staggering number, 10,000. A climate research team recently customized an AI to scan 10,000 different papers. By moving beyond those default settings, they successfully identified 340 relevant methodology studies in just a matter of hours. To really put that into perspective, that is a task that would normally take a graduate student an entire semester of manual labor. That right there is the absolute power of a finely tuned AI configuration. Here is our roadmap to AI maturity for today's explainer. First, we'll tackle the generic AI problem. Second, mastering system prompts. Third, building persistent AI. Fourth, scaling with prompt libraries. And fifth, avoiding common mistakes. Let's jump in. Section 1, the generic AI problem, and really, why the default setting just isn't enough anymore. Think about it like this. If you use a default AI, you're effectively starting from scratch every single time. It's literally like hiring a brand new assistant every morning, but refusing to teach them your lab-specific terminology. It's frustrating, right? If a healthcare policy researcher upgrades from a generic prompt to a highly customized one, they suddenly start capturing critical nuances, things like regional implementation variation, that actually matter in their field. A generic tool might grab the sample size just fine, sure, but it will completely miss the unmeasured confounding variables that a true specialist would catch. Moving to Section 2, Mastering System Prompts, which is all about encoding your methodology. To bridge that gap and truly align an AI with how we think about complex problems, we have to start at the foundational level. You can think of the system prompt as the actual DNA of your AI assistant. A well-crafted system prompt ensures the AI acts as a specialized expert. So, for example, you can instruct it to evaluate psychopharmacology abstracts based on incredibly strict, predefined inclusion criteria, like requiring human subjects or rigorous animal models rather than just making vague judgments. Without this level of precision, well, you run the massive risk of AI hallucinations. If left unchecked, a generic model might generate fake citations or even entirely fabricated statistics simply because it doesn't understand your specific field standard for empirical rigor. So the crucial takeaway here is that a robust system prompt really must contain 5 core elements. By strictly defining the AI's role, setting explicit field-specific criteria, providing concrete examples, and demanding required JSON or table formats, you drastically reduce those dangerous hallucinations we just talked about. You also establish very clear constraints, basically telling the AI exactly what common errors to avoid and what situations absolutely require human oversight. Doing this ensures incredibly consistent analysis across your entire team. All right, Section 3. Building persistent AI assistants through custom GPTs and Claude Projects. Once you finally nail down that perfect system prompt, the absolute last thing you want to do is copy and paste it into a fresh chat window every single day. Custom GPTs or Claude projects totally solve this age-old problem of institutional continuity. Now, when a postdoc leaves the lab, they leave behind an AI tool that still encodes all their hard-earned expertise. And as your coach today, let me give you a quick checklist for evaluating task risk versus AI capability. Ask yourself, does the task have standardized inputs? Must domain knowledge be applied consistently? Does it rely on specific reference materials? If you answered yes, a persistent AI is highly capable and very low risk. However, you'll want to avoid them for highly exploratory tasks where you actually want surprise, or where strict privacy demands completely isolated sessions. Let's look at a real-world example of a health services team developing systematic reviews. First, they configure their AI by specifying Prisma 2020 protocol standards. Second, they upload exemplar protocols to serve as foundational knowledge. Third, they interact with the AI, review the structured outputs, and then continuously refine the instructions to handle any newly discovered edge cases. Because this is a persistent environment, the tool is literally getting smarter and more aligned with the lab's methodology with every single review. Now, a super vital component of these persistent assistants is the knowledge base. Rather than copying lengthy context into every single prompt, the AI has persistent, organized access to your documents. But a quick word of caution on calibration here. While knowledge bases shouldn't be used for highly nuanced interpretation or exploratory reasoning, they are absolutely perfect for embedding massive factual reference materials. This basically guarantees the AI always applies your exact operating procedures and methodological guidelines. Which brings us to Section 4, Scaling with Prompt Libraries to Create True Institutional AI Resources. As your team's AI maturity grows, you're naturally going to move from individual instances to department-wide resources. For instance, think about a sociology research group. They might build specific version-controlled prompts for initial coding, codebook refinement, and pattern analysis. Setting it up this way allows brand new research assistants to immediately adopt the lab's exact coding approach simply by following those documented workflows. It's a real game changer for onboarding. And this shared library approach is incredibly powerful for massive projects. Imagine you have a multi-site clinical trial involving 20 different participating sites. By using a shared extraction prompt, embedded with specific medical vocabularies and a unified data dictionary, you ensure all staff, no matter their individual expertise level, extract clinical notes consistently. Even better, when the central coordinating team discovers a new edge case, they just update the system prompt once, and all 20 sites immediately benefit from that centralized refinement. So here is the ideal timeline for your team's AI maturation. You start with prompt engineering, move to persistent instances, scale up to team prompt libraries, and only then do you consider advanced model fine-tuning. Keep in mind, well-crafted system prompts are going to solve the vast majority of your problems. You really only need to escalate to the high technical overhead of fine-tuning if you have over 100 manually extracted examples and require highly complex domain-specific pattern recognition that standard prompting simply cannot achieve. Section 5, Avoiding Common Mistakes and the Big Pitfalls You Really Need to Watch Out For. As your guide on this journey, it is definitely my job to highlight the risks. The most fatal mistake I see out there is treating custom AI as software you just install and forget about. Instead, you have to treat it as a living document. You must continuously update it based on user feedback. Furthermore, and this is absolutely crucial regarding security, never, ever upload sensitive participant data, unpublished findings, or proprietary methods to public platform knowledge bases. Always isolate sensitive data. You can do this by relying purely on system prompts without knowledge files, or by strictly using private infrastructure. I also really want to emphasize this quote from the research. Examples are often more powerful than instructions. Creating a brilliant, meticulously detailed system prompt without including 2 to 5 annotated exemplars of what good actually looks like in your specific field is a massive missed opportunity. Without real examples, the AI will inevitably misunderstand your goals abstractly. You have to ground it in reality. Show it exactly what a perfect extraction or screening decision looks like. Okay, let's quickly wrap up with our final takeaways. First, system prompts embed your specific domain standards. Second, persistent AI tools build and retain institutional knowledge. Third, you must treat your configurations as living documents that evolve alongside your research. And finally, always test iteratively with prompts before jumping into complex fine-tuning. Ultimately, the researchers getting the absolute most value from AI aren't using generic out-of-the-box tools at all. They're the ones carefully configuring their digital colleagues to understand their exact research context. I'll leave you with this provocative thought as we close out this explainer. What highly specialized nuances is your current generic AI completely missing, and how will you configure it differently to capture them on your very next project? Thank you so much for joining me today, and here is to building smarter, safer, and much more precise research workflows.